Hello YouTube, this is Galactic Marine 501 slash Jackson Wolfexia, and if you by any chance spent your childhood like I did, then you may remember the G.I. Joe line of toys where the G.I. Joes fought the weird peoples with oddly colored flying I remember that did that a lot, actually. Oddly colored flying platforms of Cobra. And unloaded platforms. The shot discs, they're probably in the bottom of the box somewhere. But yeah, the line in question today is one of the later lines. I actually collected this line in particular because I like the size. I also like the sort of anime style. Here, I'll actually show you one of the variant figures. This guy was a variant of Duke. All of his weapons are gone, but the face is still similar. This is Barrel Roll. Comes with this nice jetpack thing. And the standard Sigma 6 suit. I think they were actually like Sigma suit or something, like Sigma armor or some. They had a name. And they all had like some variation on it, such as Snake Eyes with obviously his ninja gear on his suit, or this version of Long Range. I only have this version. I've actually been searching on eBay. I have a gift card. I want to get the original one because Long Range was my favorite character. And he has a ghillie suit and short sleeves, if you see. And they're actually a short-sleeved armor. You can see because there's a little lip on the armor where his sleeve ends. So yeah, I'll get to him in the next review. Today we're going to be reviewing the many faces of Snake Eyes. However, first off, a shout out to my mom for getting me this awesome Mario t-shirt. It's basically a compilation of all of the villains. And you know, this is actually the first time I've ever seen, first of all, spiky turtles and dry bones, actually. Where are you? Dry bones and the little cave turtle guys on a shirt. I've seen. Oh, and actually Lataku. I've never seen Lataku on a shirt either, or a Koopa Paratroopa, or Bullet Bill for that matter. I have seen the Piranha Plant because I have a t-shirt that's Mario and it says choose wisely. Now, if you guys are actually and has him in the middle of two warp pipes. I'm sorry, I'm going to finish this. And has him standing in the middle of two warp pipes and one of them has a Piranha Plant coming out of it. Now, if you guys are Snake Eyes fans at all, you'll know he has a wolf that he calls Timber. Now, in the Arctic Snake Eyes set, you actually get said wolf. You can actually, like, lay him down like so and fit him into the case. The Sigma 6 line was famous for coming with these rather posh little cases. Actually, these aren't Sigma 6. Some of them were just G.I. Joe, and you can tell because it's got this blank area at the bottom where the original Sigma 6 ones had G.I. Joe Sigma 6. These just say G.I. Joe and have a blank. So yeah, not very much trying and redesigning. Then they had the Kung Fu Action line that came out later that had these cases with the Kung Fu Action logo on the clip. But you never saw the clip when you bought the case, when you bought the package. Because this was the top of the package, this was the bottom. The clip and the two handles on the sides are actually inside. And let's see whose gear this is. Ah, this is Tunnel Rat's demolition gear. I'll get to that later. Now, I hope the putty is still good, because he did come with C4 putty. Let's get into Snake Eyes' case. You'll notice it's the big case. Actually, this originally came with... Is he here? I know here he is. Heavy Duty. Who in Sigma 6 had a band-aid on his nose for no apparent reason. And a bandana, but his bandana has fallen off. You notice he's a lot bigger figure than the standard figure. Here's Snake Eyes in his green accented ninja super armor. Yeah, he's a lot bigger. Now, Why did I give Snake Eyes Heavy Duty's case? Because I have about 16 variants of Snake Eyes, some of which I don't even have here. Probably have the accessories, though. I remember I put all of Snake Eyes' accessories into one case for simple reasons. Ah! I put all of his accessories except one set. I wish I knew which case that was in, because... No, that's Heavy Duty's. That's funny. Heavy Duty's armor is in a smaller case than Snake Eyes. Yet despite him having a gigantic gun. Now, one thing that was bad and also good about these, that they were made of a nice rubber. Here's the reason it was bad. This machine gun is totally warped out. But they did have some nice action features that were actually able to be pulled off well. Like the machine gun clip. Actually, this isn't Snake Eyes machine gun at all. This is barrel rolls. Yeah, I still remember these guys. You want to know why? Because I've been watching the new G.I. Joe series, which I'm actually enjoying it. It's cool. I don't know why, but I'm actually able to sit through an episode of that Power Rangers reboot as well, and just basically go, huh, the special effects are just as bad as when I watched this as a kid. I don't know what it is about TV shows that were the same. I find it's the same with Voltron, too. I used to watch the original Voltron when I was a kid. I had a movie of it. I didn't actually see. I've never seen the original. But yeah, I digress. Anyway, on to the figures. The original Snake Eyes had this mask where you could see his eyes, showing that he does have eyes. Now there are different variants that had different items. Some of the equipment was rather odd, such as Snake Eyes somehow needing a rather trashed because of the use that these got. Yeah, these were my favorite toys for quite a while. And again, when I started watching Sigma 6, I started getting these out and just messing with them. When I started watching Sigma 6 on G.I. Joe's website. In fact, they probably would still be my favorite toys if G.I. Joe hadn't taken Sigma 6 off of their website. In fact, I think they called it something different. They didn't call it Sigma 6 anymore. But yeah, so anyway, he's apparently got some type of snow hat when he's already wearing a mask. And, okay, this puzzles me. Why would Snake Eyes... I mean, the snow mask, I guess you could say that he would be in snow, so he may need a mask over his mask to cover his face. To add another layer to make it cooler. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with an excuse for the... When I say I'm trying to come up with an excuse for something stupid that a company did, I think of Shay Carl and the Shaytards and their poop problem, where they got the toilet clogged and then and then they poured the liquid drain stuff into it and it messed it up even worse. And Shay is like, why are you making excuses for the company who made us walk in poo? So, yeah, I just remember that. But inexplicably, there's also a hood, and now he's also wearing his goggles. But yeah, the goggles were removable, which was... I'm actually surprised I was able to hold on to these. Then again, I did try harder to hold on to those than any of the other accessories, because Snake Eyes was my favorite Joe, and this is my favorite visor because it's the one he wore through the whole series. I don't think he ever once wore his other visors. But anyway, here's the normal visor. Now, these are actually from different sets. There was a set that included a giant snake. It was like a treasure mission set that came with these, which are apparently like a night vision / spy movie inspired cat burglar goggles. And actually save the super mode visor until we armor him up. The other one, this guy with the green slashes on his armor. Then this guy, the original actually came with a gas mask, which I can understand. You may need that. And finally, the last visor, I think, that I have. Where are you? That's the gas mask. Ah, here we go. The night vision visor. Which reminds me of a recent video game. I can't remember which one. I saw the helmet, though. I don't have it, but it reminds me of some recent video game. If any of you viewers see this face and it reminds you of a video game, tell me, because I want to place it, but I can't exactly. I know the Best Buy, like the Best Buy Special Edition, at least the Best Buy. I don't know if it was the same anywhere else. I know that their edition came with like a replica of the helmet, so if that helps, then let it help. Yes. Is this magnet always this far out? Or is it because I've had this thing in and out of here so much? That seems to fit. Now, the other big accessory that he has that I actually pained my mother so much to get me. No, actually, I remember this was like I had a birthday certificate to Walmart, and at this point the only guy I had was Spirit Iron Knife, who actually is one of my favorites because of his arrow gimmick. It's 5 different arrows. Yeah, he was my first one. I liked his sort of anime-esque design. So then with a gift certificate, I went to Walmart, bought these two, Snake Eyes and Super Snake Eyes, and Snake Eyes' ninja bike. And then proceeded almost immediately to lose the missile. But that doesn't matter, because Snake Eyes has another vehicle that he can use that also has a missile. This may end up being 2 parts, and I'm sorry if it is, but I enjoy these figures a lot, so I'm gonna show them to you guys. Maybe you'll enjoy them, maybe you won't. If you don't, poo. But if you do, then you are my new friend. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, here we go. He's got a snowboard that has the way he would launch the missile is he would take this. This is his normal katana, by the way. This one's white on the handle. His normal one was black on the handle and included this piece, which could be used if you unplug it. There. And then you could attach multiple ninja weapons together, such as 2 of the katanas, and then have it switch, but whatever. And I'm going to put this one back into this katana so I don't lose it. Or you could also attach other weapons, such as this pike, to there. Also, if you removed it, you could attach it to an extension, which is right here. Or a dagger, which attached to his leg. There. It's actually still got the holster on it, but whatever. And yeah, and I believe another weapon. And I believe, oh yeah, the daggers that's stored in the bike you could attach it to. So you could have 2 identical ones with daggers, I guess. But yeah, anyway, here's the Arctic one that was colored white. And they did, in the show, it was a cool thing. It was sort of their gimmick. They turned into tonfa, which is a weapon that's wielded underhand, and you hold it usually. Here, I'll demonstrate it. Basically, to turn it into a tonfa, what you would do is you would see there's a little gap in the handle. You'd pop that out, fold it down in there. Now it's a tonfa. Now, if you were to be completely historically accurate, Snake Eyes would have wielded his tonfa sword like so. Now, I believe he did this when he was just running with it, like when he was just using it to run when he was running. However, I think he when he was striking, he spun it around, which I guess